Well, good morning, everyone. It is spring break, and I decided to get up super early. I had some agendas to do, but I couldn't help but get my babies outside for a while. It is so beautiful outside. I mean, just think that a few days ago, well, at least a week, 2 weeks ago, we was covered in snow. And Lovelady, just like everybody else, lost stuff. So, what I'm doing today is, of course, giving my babies a breath of fresh air. Let them acclimate a little bit. Some of them just need some of that sunshine. I do too. So, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take you along with me as I do little odds and ends. I'm not trying to make the video long, but it may be long. So, anyway, I'm going to first start off with showing you the seedlings and how they're doing. So, hang on. Okay, for the sake of me not raising my tripod up and down, I'm going to just tilt the tripod down so you can see everything that's on the porch that I brought outside that's been growing, that's just about ready to come outside. Maybe another week or two. Our last frost is the end of the month, which is like the 24th. So if you know me, yes, you see my shirt, warning, I have an attitude and I know how to use it. But I refrain from using attitudes if possible. So, okay. I will plant something slightly earlier just to see how it do, and I haven't had much failure at it, and I'm not going to say I haven't had any failure either. So a lot of times when I do inch something out, it does well. We're in Texas, so the weather, as you know, is very, very weird. We can have that last frost. We could have had our last frost because the climate change is so weird. It's just unpredictable. So here in Texas, in my area, I've learned that I can sometimes inch some things out a little bit earlier, and they do, pretty good. So I don't know if today will be that day. I doubt it as far as like my seedlings. But I can tell you the week of my spring break, which started Friday, I will start something. I will put something out. So let's see. Let's start off with what's over here. I'm going to tilt you down. And over here, I have my moonflower, my tiny Tim tomato. I have a moringa. This is like the weakest of them, but I'm going to give it, I'm pretty sure it's going to bounce back. I don't know why that's the weakest one. I have a lemon tree right here, Myers lemon. My pot aloe, I don't know what happened to it, but I'm going to leave it outside. I never leave it outside, but I'm going to leave it outside because I don't know if my grandbabies have destroyed it. This is my new one, and I'm so hurt, but I'm going to leave it out here. That rosemary is doing very, very well. And these are those roses that I was gifted, and I said I'm going to just stick them in a pot. They're not doing so well, so of course I'm going to use that pot for something else. Okay, let's tilt you around slowly. Okay, over here I have all of my basil in this particular one right here, and one tomato plant. And I have over here in this tower, I have my petunias. Now they are growing, but what I did was I did recover them with some more soil because it really wasn't a lot of soil up in there, and I'm just gonna let them stay out here and push through the soil. I have my herbs in this small tower. I have another Myers lemon. This is the one that was gifted from Best Yet's Journey. This is, I want to say this is my fig tree from Pit Stop Garden. I haven't given up on it yet. I'm going to probably go ahead and repot that in actual soil because I don't know if it just went through that season where, it was going to like die back or whatever. But anyway, it has been in the house, and I'm just going to probably bring that one out and leave it out as well. Here's my rose bush that I planted that I did get from a cutting from the store. I bought it from the store, and it is blooming me for the foliage. It's doing very, very well. As you can see up here, these are my variety of tomatoes. This is their second day out, and they're doing very well. So they'll be soon ready to plant in their spot. Over here, I have those cherry tomatoes that I grew from a cherry tomato and a pear cherry tomato. And I also have these struggling hibiscus. Now, I'm not tripping. Again, this is my first time, but I do have, like I said, one has poked out already. And it's been a while, but I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to let them do what they do. I did stick another seed in there as well. So we're going to see what happens. Over here, I have my other tower with all my brassicas, like my lettuce, my spinach, my chard. It's a few things over here. Everything pretty much is brassicas. And if you can tell, I don't know if you can see really good, they're doing very well. Over here is that old sad lettuce in a bowl. It's time for that to go. But if you look, you have one lonely lettuce that's trying to survive. And I'm like, buddy, you're not enough to stay up in that bowl. Then, I'm sorry, I'm trying to tilt you slow. Uh-oh. Then down here, I have some of my seedlings. I did bring them out. I had one or two already poked out. So I said, you know what? I'm going to bring them out, give them a good water, and let them sit out for a while. I normally don't have any issues with stuff like this. Normally, once one poke out and I bring them out, I'm okay. So, they're just starting. And I think these are my peppers I'm restarting because, woo, I lost those peppers in that house. And try not to let these legs down. Here, I do have another set of starts. And again, I've had one or two already poke out. So I said I'm going to bring them out. Actually, I have a little bit more starts, meaning some that poked out here. So these are the restarts in this tray. And I might leave them out because they are brassicas and they can stay out. So we're going to now walk down. And I got to show you the other stuff. And I'm sorry I have you in the air like that. But unfortunately, I don't want to lift this tripod up and down. So here, these are my superstars as well. As you can see, this is my comfrey. 3 pots of comfrey. And I have 2 moringas. Those are my better moringas. And they're doing very well. This is their second time being outside. But guys, they're growing so big. They cannot fit under my lights in the house. I have them on the kitchen table in front of a window, but they're so big, I just feel like I might be trying my hand at going ahead and giving them a permanent home. So we're going to walk around. And so far, the best place I have thought of right now, because they're growing, is in the front. So let me show you. Most of you guys have been in the front. My irises are doing very well. These are the only things that I haven't clipped. So I will be today is the day. I have my snippers. So I will be snipping them today because I haven't did it. Just for time's sake, I haven't did it. Look at this. This is a hot mess. I don't even know and see not one freaking, well, actually I do see one freaking stem of what look like what could be an asparagus stem. That may be a total failure. So, up and down. Now, it's the early morning. I ain't gonna say early morning, but it's early in the morning. I guess about 10, 11. Now, I had more shade about 30 minutes ago. But this is where I think I'm going to put my comfrey because, guys, that comfrey looks like it's going to have to spread out. Only thing I'm worried about is the cats tearing it up. And I don't know if cats mess with comfrey. If you do know that, leave me some comments, below before I actually plant that right here. Or do you think, because cats climb. So even if I fence it off, I'm thinking the cats will still get in it. And I don't want to fence it off where I can't get to it or have to keep opening and closing something. So let me know if it's a good place and if cats will bother it. And I forgot to say, I do have like my Sweet Williams, some perennial wild mix, and some Alaskan Shastas. These are going to go in the front as well. At least if right now that's where my mind is going. Just to make sure I'm having a lot of color in the front as people pass by or drive up. It just don't look so plain, you know. Yes, I have my irises out there, but I just feel like it needed a little extra more color up there. I also thought about using this pool that I emptied for my comfrey. If you think this is a good situation for my pool, for my comfrey, also leave that down in the comment, because again, I do not want a failure with my comfrey this go round. We're out here and this is how those transplants are looking. I'm not going to do anything with them as of yet. Of course, they have time. We're just going to see what they do. And yeah, they're there. Over here is that one kale that survived that freeze, and it's doing okay. So I'm noticing a lot of growth in the stem, in the stalk of it. So I'm gonna leave that alone and let it continuously do what it do. Remember, everything else I emptied out, so they're available for planting. Me deciding if I'm gonna put my tomatoes in it, if I'm gonna put the peppers in it, the egg. I just right now my mind don't have a idea exactly yet what's gonna go in what. I might move some of these here around. I'm not sure. I'm really tired of moving things, but I don't want to be cluttered either, because I will break my neck if something come after me. This bed here, I actually have a few celeries that I left in there, and they look like these are actually bouncing back. And these I took out of those white my little containers that was on the side. So that's a good thing. I see sprouts coming up that I hadn't planted in a long time. And I don't know if it was just the rain, the snow. It may be hard to see. I'm going to try to bring you in on it. I can't even remember what they could be. I'm not going to even lie. At this point, I don't know. Because I took a lot of things out. And at once upon a time, I had planted a lot of things in there. But those that remember, this is McNeil's Corner, that I had a lot of different brassicas planted in it a while back. And I totally emptied things out except from the onions. That's why I don't know what the other things are. And I don't have any major trees around here, so who knows. Anyway, only thing in here is supposed to be in here now is the onions. Now I see some other little sprouts. We'll just have to wait to see what they do, because I really don't know what they are. Over here, I replanted my snap peas and my harvester peas. Well, snap peas and something. So we're going to see what they do. These beds are totally empty right here. And it's a waltz. You know that temperature warming up out here. Over here are greens as well. I did give them a fertilizer and a water. So I'm not going to mess with them. They're going to probably get another water maybe tomorrow. I don't want to soak them too much. Over here, honestly, I forgot what that could be, because I thought I would have to go back and look at my videos. I thought I took everything out of this bed, but I would have to look again. The pineapples, I have to check them. I don't know if they're going to be still viable. They're going to be still good. I don't know. I might have to move them and put them in something else where they root and spread out a little more. I have nothing over here. Well, I took the borage out, and it looked like some green is coming up from somewhere. In these two blue ones, one's supposed to have been leeks, and one was supposed to have been red onions. I have not yet dug in there to move those leaves to see if there's anything in there. So that's for another day. My onions, oh my gosh. Look at those onions, guys. They looks great since I trimmed them. That Swiss chard is bouncing back that I stuck in there. So that's something good going on. In here I have bulbs and onions, and I see something in like a worm or something. Oh yeah, it's a wiggly something. Ew. Let me see if you can see it. I'm not gonna mess with it, but I'm gonna put you down. If you know what that is. Ew, it's a worm. Oh my gosh. I know I don't need to put my hand back down now. Okay, in this one, I did leave a few little brassicas in here, but I'm going to probably pull them up. I'm going to leave the onions up. Leave the onions in there. Or if I'm not too scary, I'm going to transfer them over to the other pool so I can use this pool for something else. Back here in that trough, I took everything out. Remember, I left the plants. I actually transplanted the plantain in there. It actually looks better since I transplanted it over here and trimmed some of the leaves off of it. So I also have my beans right here, and I think I have like 5 or 6 varieties. Guys, my goal is, I'm trying to debate if I want to put them back there, because I do have bush beans. A couple of varieties are bush beans, and I think that they probably would do well because they don't send down super deep stalks, as you would call it, but roots, and they don't actually have to be trellis. So I'm thinking that's what I would like to do with them, with that trough over there, is just put the beans over there, start off and see, hey, let's see what it's going to do. Will they grow over there? And I'm not going to put all of them over there right away because I want to see just how well that will pick up. And then the ones that trellis, I'm trying to debate on where I want to put them, because I personally don't want to, I really don't want to put them in this bed because I am going to adjust this trellis here. I'm not going to have it stretched across my bed. I'm actually considering getting 3 more trellises for this big bed and having 2 trellises on each side, and you will have to see it to see what I'm talking about. And later, as the summer gets hotter, I can probably, hopefully, add some kind of shade cloth over them so nothing gets scorched or burnt. But right now here, it's warming up, and we're supposed to have at least the next 10 to 11 days, we should have sunshines. Now, we do have little chances of rain here and there, but not enough to like go crazy about. So that is my goal as far as getting out here on my spring break and doing some of the outside playing. The comfrey, I really need to find out where I'm going to put that, because man, that comfrey is super big. And I seen the little stray cats, the neighborhood cats, that already look scoping out their territory and thinking they finna come over here and eat up my stuff. That's why I want to know how do they do with comfrey? Are they the type, or do cats eat up comfrey or what? Because I don't want them to eat up my comfrey, especially if I take that much time to plant them. Now, I have 2 of them. The 2 comfreys with the leaves, the stems are so long. I know eventually they're going to have to eventually come out this pot, my little bowls. I don't want to lose them, but I know the first one, the earliest one I had, it didn't have enough room to spread out, grow like it needed to grow. I don't know if it was the season, it was just too young for them to be out here, and I don't think so. But I just think more was like what they was in, and I don't want to I don't know if I want to even attempt this set in a container. I think I need to put it in the ground and let it do whatever it's going to do. I don't know if the ground is too cold for them. Where our highs have been 70s between the lows and the really we kind of getting like close. We've been almost hitting 80, you know, guys, the last 4 days, and now we're going to be in like the mid 70s to high 70s for the next 10 days. The lows are like 40 something. I haven't seen too many. I haven't seen any, of course, under the freezing mark, but we have, our lows been like 47, 45. We have had maybe like 150, but I don't know if that's too low for as a nighttime low for comfrey, especially being a young comfrey. Yeah, give me your advice on that. I don't want to lose them. My moringas, I know I can actually put that in a container and it'll be okay for a while. So that is my goal for them. They will go in a container and I'm going to let them do it. It's going to be a long time before they do whatever they're going to do. But I think this is the perfect time to get ready to start planting them. Now, again, what would you do? Would you plant your moringas today? Not today, but in the 70s with the lows that I said, the mid to high 40s, you know, the 50s are starting to creep up, but it's like, you know, of course, it's a progress. It's a process that we have not entered spring yet. But again, our last frost is March the 24th here in 8B. So should I try one comfrey first? Come and see how that goes, or should I just, I'm not going to do all, I definitely not going to do all of them. I know I'm not. And should I plant them right there? Because that's really the only place I have available to plant the comfrey. Otherwise, I would have to try to recreate a space. Let me see if you can see. On the outside of my gate, behind the opening, this strip, let me turn you around. Maybe that'll be a little better. And I'm sorry for turning you around so much. So this is the other area I have always considered, right in front of the entry gate. But that'll make me have to create a bed for it. And I really, really, really don't want to have to do that. Because of the grass, you can't see, but it's a big dip right here where my feet is pointing. And I just don't know if that's a good spot, you know. But the other option outside of the front is that pink pool that I was saying I had, or the one that I said I can empty and put the last few onions in the blue pool and just have a pool of onions. Yes, Lovelady needs some advice on that. So yeah, guys, so now, oh, no, where is that? Oh, it's right there. So one of the first things I think I'm going to do, just for peek's sake, get it over with, I'm going to put my beans right here. Well, I think I could trust the cats and not eat my beans, I hope. So one of the first things I guess I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead on and spread my perennials. So we're going to walk to the front. And we're going to see what project we can actually get started today. I haven't did anything yet because I have a list of things that I said I do want to have completed for spring break. And I actually supposed to have been doing some other chores for the first 3 days and not the gardening. But you know, you say one thing and you're going to do another thing anyway. So guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the notification bell so you can always know when Lovelady is putting out a new video. See you soon.